questions.
I feel like it's something that had layers and layers, and she just got to a point that she could have taken it down.
What made Margaret the most scary is that she's not a demon. She's very normal. And that just could be any
The
person.
banality of evil.
Exactly.
So I got some satisfaction from it.
It was very difficult.
And I also found the character of Michael like super compelling.
She does these horrific things that most people would think are absolutely horrific, but somehow she has rationalized them in her mind. And she says, I'm a cog in the wheel, and, I'm not, really the culprit. And, I mean, she isn't, but...
There was a question that was kind of like, let's ask the monkeys what they think. And I thought it was like a really interesting perspective, because everything about this is about the monkeys' experiments, but because they don't get to talk, we don't really get to hear the perspective. And that was like a scene where I was kind of like, I wish I could visually see how they're kind of reacting and like responding to that. And I guess that was like a response to the question, because it's not like a protagonist antagonist, but it's kind of like, in a way they're like victims of the story, but is there a way in which you can tell a story in which they also get to tell their own story? Or
But still, to have a person become like that is a terrible thing.
Well, Eichmann's wife loved him.
That's true.
What is the balance against the experimentation that had to get to that point? Is it possible to do this in any sort of ethical way? I don't know. There's also this interesting idea of like what leads people to violence.
And they don't talk about any of this stuff, and when I do my research, it's mostly like on the rats, and it's never like horrible like this. Anyways, like this is just like, I don't know, this is scary.
Is she sadistic really? Or is she just part of a system that normalizes experimentation? Like, this is just the way it works, this is big pharma. Is she a bad person?
I think sometimes it's a very easy idea that there's a clear victim and there's a clear perpetrator. And I think y'all are getting to like there's nuances there. Trauma runs both directions, and most people who perpetuate trauma are also victims of trauma because
That worked well, I think.
Or at least you think she got away with it.
Really, this is about, to Kara, this is the person who was responsible for the death of her mother. And not only did she die, but she died in a very brutal way. So that's why she doesn't just want this person to die, she wants her to suffer.
And so I was like, it just keeps going, and I just and I was thinking too, like, is there gonna be a sequel? So yeah, I did enjoy that it was like from beginning to end, it connected that whole aspect of the title, with Monsters Among Us. Like, it wasn't just a single antagonist.
I thought that for me the ending was emotionally satisfying.
Oh, I just have to end by saying, as an animal activist, I got a lot of satisfaction from it.